Well, Karen Hoffman is here with me today. Karen from the City of Experts. Karen, you've talked about the whole concept of not just connecting with other people, but connecting and collaborating.
Yep.
And I think I've heard you make the statement, something like this, that real connections lead to collaboration.
Yeah, I believe that to be true.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I think that we can have these superficial connections with people, and then we can have what I call more heart, smart connections. And when we have that, it's almost like this playground of opportunities. Well, how could we work together, or how could I support you, or what are you doing that maybe we could collaborate on? I was just on a call this morning with one of my friends, and I mean, we're friends, we're business friends, and you know, the conversation is around how do we work together.
Okay.
But it's like, you know, I use this word in business a lot. I'll be saying I love you to my clients and friends when I get off the phone, and you know, you're making a different connection. It's not just superficial. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's not just transactional.
Yeah.
It's relational.
That's
kind of all the way around.
All the way around.
Okay. And I think you also talked about in one of our conversations about the difference between real connecting and networking.
Yeah,
tell me more about that.
I actually have a problem with the word networking, because it's almost how, you know, sometimes you look at sales and salespeople and put them in a box. A lot of times I think networking conjures up that we're going to go up and exchange business cards, and we're going to try to get as many business cards as we can. And whoever goes home with the most business cards wins. And that, to me, is so not true. What I believe is the whole thing about making a connection when you're out is probably way fewer cards, but deeper.
Yeah.
You know something about them. You know what they do. You might know something about their family. You might find out that they're an animal lover, but you find out something that makes a connection. And I kind of call it a heart-to-heart connection, something about them that resonates. And we don't, you know, I'm going to say that we don't always resonate with everyone. I do think the more I say you, but the more we don't judge people and just like, who are they and what are they up to, we allow the space to make a connection.
Okay.
I know I've been guilty of, oh, that person intimidates me, or oh, that person, you know, doesn't have anything that interests me, or I don't even care about the way the person looks. You know, my son's got some of the piercing stuff, you know, but you make these judgments.
Sure.
And it gets in the way of making those connections. Yeah. So going in with an open mind and an open heart, and not looking to walk out with a bunch of business cards.
Yeah, you're talking, again, we talked about the relational versus the transactional, and I guess another way to put it would be more relational than mechanical.
Absolutely.
And so much of the networking that I have seen seems a lot more mechanical. Sometimes it feels mechanical, and it just doesn't.
Sometimes somebody walks up and they literally have the card in their hand and they're going to give it to you, which
you may or may not want.
Yeah, but you know, I don't even know your name, and you want me to take your card, and actually, to me, even if I wanted the card, well, I don't want to give my card unless somebody wants my card, but I will take yours and make sure like that I could create a relationship around it rather than just giving out cards. So
you mentioned something else about not judging people or not reaching conclusions without knowing them. I had an interesting experience many years ago. I was in my social circle. There was a guy that was fairly well known, and my first impression of him was, you know, I'm just not impressed. Just you know, he was a little bit of a turnoff to me. And lo and behold, a couple of years later, the guy's my roommate. And
interesting.
Became a great friend. I mean, you know, I got to know him, and then he became my roommate and a great friend. We hung around a lot together, and to this day, he's somebody that's a good friend. And to me, that's a lesson.
Right. It's happened to me many, many times where I prejudge something. But you know, you said something just a minute ago, and you said you got to know him, and that's, I think, one of the big things. And why the whole just passing cards, if we're just passing cards, we don't get to know anybody.
Right.
But know, like, trust, very, very important in life. Very important, not just in business, but in life. Who do we know, like, and trust? And you got to know him, like him, and trust him.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing with us today, Karen.
You're welcome.